So I've been on a quest to get a more established classical rating. Um, because my deviation is still pretty high. In order to appear on the top ranking list, I need a deviation of below 75. So I just need to play more games basically. So just to show, if I go to leaderboard, classical, if my rating was established, I'd be in fourth place. So let's jump in, and I'm gonna hold off on like the dubious, nonsensical gambits. I'm gonna try and play some principled, instructive, hopefully decent
A
quality
baby,
chess.
at last. Wah, also, quack.
Yeah, I'll try and entertain all the babies too that are spawning in chat. I'll be in Iceland for about 2 weeks, and then hopping around various places. But I'll still try and be somewhat active. If not on Twitch, I'll be active on YouTube, Twitter, maybe Instagram. Okay. This is a brand new account. Okay, they've played over 10 games. So let's play maybe Taimanov, maybe Dragon. I'll decide what to play depending on what white plays. Yeah, I'll play D6. I'll play Sicilian. I think I'm gonna go into this dragon line if white decides to open things up. I'm not visiting Central Europe. No, just Iceland. Um, I might make it back to Europe maybe sometime over the summer. I might go to India over the summer. Yeah, I'm playing Carlson. Who knows? This could be Carlson. Is Carlson maybe playing this event right now though? So Bishop E5, it's become probably a bit more popular over recent years as just a simple way for white to deal with D6 on move 2. It avoids all the mainline Nightorf and Dragon, and it's a move I played myself as white. Now, after castling, I'll play Knight f6. Very often, black can still go for this idea of g6, bishop g7. And there's a few lines for white. There's rook e1, there's queen e2 to defend the pawn. There's e5, which is a bit tricky if black doesn't know how to deal with. So rook e1, I'm pretty sure this is a move. Yeah, if e5, like the most forcing move, I would take, and not play queen c7 because d4, bishop f4, but queen c8 is the main line there. So still theory. Yeah, c3. So white has clear intentions of expanding.
Thanks for posting your full streams to extras. It is great for those of us that can't always catch you live.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. I'm glad it brings you some value. That's good to hear. Very possible this stream will also go on the extra YouTube channel. Okay, so I don't know how effective the setup is. G6 bishop G7 because after D4, white just takes over the center. So I'm pretty sure black is supposed to play E6 here, with the idea that after D4 I can take and play D5. And after E5, knight E4. I'm pretty sure I had this position recently in like a title Tuesday against a strong grandmaster, but I forget which grandmaster. And now it's bugging me. I might have to check after the game. Because I had this maybe the most recent Title Tuesday, I think. Can you try to play some Dragon, please? And thank you, says Sicilian Dragon. Well, I tried this game. My opponent deviated from mainline Open Sicilian. So that's the thing with some openings. You can't always play them. Like you need your opponent to cooperate. So there's a game back in July at the World Cup between Carlsen and Duda. Actually, Carlsen was white, and they had the position not with the rook on e1, but with the queen on e2. So it's very similar. And Duda won just a beautiful game with the black pieces. And it featured the structure where he just completely outplayed Carlsen on the queen side. Knight d2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Title Tuesday game I played featured knight c3. So I'm calculating a line bishop b4. Also, thank you, Bob Barker. I didn't mean to ignore you. I appreciate the 5 gifted. Bishop b4 takes. The problem with that is knight d6. So I don't think I can get away with this move if white can take and then just win a pawn. So I'm pretty sure I have to take the knight first, which I'm okay with. And even though my intention was to play a dragon, we're getting some kind of French structure.
Hi Eric, any chess photography gigs in the planning, or was the FIDE tournament a one-off?
Oh, so I was asking, was the FIDE tournament a one-off? Well, I did two big photo gigs in the last year. Was obviously the World Championship in Dubai and then the World Cup in Sochi. I was actually, was I? Yeah, I was. I was photographing Duda beating Magnus in the similar opening. But I don't have anything planned in the near future. Okay, bishop e4 looks actually quite pleasant for black. The alternative is bishop e7. So there's a question if I want to force the trade. If bishop e4 takes,
Hi
there
Eric,
is queen
I'm
here.
glad I caught your stream
Back.
today, and I can't make any promises, but you might see me in Vegas.
Ooh. Oh, Rasabas. Yeah, we have the Vegas command. It's the Vegas Chess Festival in June. That's cool. Welcome back and thanks for the bits. What kind of photography do you like? I mean the paid work that I do is mostly chess events. So like top level events where it's like World Championship or World Cup or events in St. Louis. But just as a hobby, I'd say I like photographing like nature and landscapes and animals are my preferred subjects. Oh, what's a chess festival? Yeah, if you go to vegaschessfestival.com, link is in the chat. There's more information. But essentially, there's one like main classical tournament, and then there's a bunch of side events. There's some lectures. I think Ben Feingold is going to be doing some like lecture stuff, maybe a simul. There's blitz tournaments, rapid side events, etc. So yeah, it should be fun. Okay, this is a relatively peaceful game so far. Queen d3. If I castle, there's knight g5.
Can you play a King's Gambit?
Maybe later, but not right now. I did play King's Gambit in a recent stream. Actually, it's recently on YouTube. My second most recent YouTube post. Um, yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant to castle because knight g5, and I would basically have to play g6, and then there's queen h3, h5, g4. I mean, maybe that's okay, but I think I should just play h6 first. I can avoid all the kingside shenanigans. And without knight g5, it's harder for white to attack. And the plan is to castle, probably bring the rook to c8, maybe double up. Um, I'm remembering how Duda beat Carlsen. He used this maneuver, knight a5 to c4, to just pressure the queenside pawns. Also, thank you, Thomas Martin Knight, subbing for 14 months. Yeah, my travels involve Chicago and Iceland. We have a Chicago command and an Iceland command. Castle. I'd imagine the position is close to equal. I mean, this might be difficult to win because white's super, super solid. And we've already traded off a decent amount, but okay, I'm just trying to make the most of the position. Yeah, no stinky gambits. I'm not sure why that was deleted, but we're doing classical proper chess today, so have to appeal to those that don't like gambits, I guess.
Hi Eric, wishing you safe travels. I will miss seeing your content so often while you're away less than 3.
Oh, thank you. It's pants o'clock. Yeah, don't worry. I'll be probably more active on YouTube in the coming days/weeks. Um, I learned from Gibraltar though that it's hard to make promises, so it's going to depend on how intense the chess and traveling will be. So I might go some time without posting, but yeah, I'll hopefully have some stories to tell, and at the very least, some photos to share. Okay, b6 I think is very typical here. Um, and knight b3, interesting. So b6 restricts a knight, but it allows queen a6. But maybe that's okay to allow because then I have rook c7, rook c8, maneuver the knight. a7 is always defended. Yeah, because with the pawn here, the knight doesn't really serve a clear purpose because it does defend the pawn. But okay, at least I have a clear plan. Yes, I'm still working on the final 2 Gibraltar recaps. Um, I have I have the next one recorded. I just have to edit it. I do put a decent amount of effort into editing. If you watched the previous ones, um, but the one that's recorded actually features a Sicilian. It features a Sicilian dragon, so um, it's an opening that we could have gone into in this game if my opponent didn't play bishop b5 check. Welcome back, Chawdan. Subbing for 21 months. I see the comment from Mr. Kloby. Hi, Eric. I used to play for Lincoln Way Central back in high school in Illinois. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's very possible we played. I was in high school from 2009 through 2012. Or I guess technically, yeah, basically 29 through 2012. There's actually a documentary of high school chess in Illinois that if you were around in like 2011 or 2012, there's a chance you might be like present in. We have the chess state command. The documentary features it was a 2011 state championship in Peoria, or maybe it was a 2012 state championship, or both. Also, thank you, Soonercom, gifting to Arizat. Okay, yeah, it's a mutual double up. I'm realizing, yeah, white might have a little bit of pressure here. I mean, pressure is mounting because we have we both have a rook battery that will probably eventually lead to some liquidation. Now my rook on c7, it's well defended, so my knight's not really pinned. But depending what white does, things could get spicy. Oh wow, Arizot paying it forward, gifting 5 subs. That's so kind. Thank you, Arizot. Oh, did I recommend the chess state in my previous classical stream? Yeah, sometimes it just comes up. Guess I kind of forgot. Oh, thank you, Gary. Gifting to Ajori. A lot of gifting. I do appreciate it. Um, F4 is very natural. Because F5 is a thematic pawn break for white. I mean, of course, I should like consider moves like these, but nothing really works. So 97 looks like we could trade. We trade again. I mean, the queens could get traded. There's really not much of a plan otherwise. Like knight a5, I don't see really being better than 97. So okay, the staring contest begins, and the sub gifting continues. Thank you, AKD. Also gifting 5. Appreciate that. Oh, Neon Dactyl. We found the infinite money loop. All gifted subs paid it forward. I think eventually we would run out of people. Why not a pawn or king move? I like my king where it is. If king f8, then the queen can annoyingly creep in, and there's no reason to play king h8. I also like my pawns where they are. Like f6 can weaken e6. Maybe there's some argument to play g6 to discourage this, but sometimes g6 allows for like long-term weird knight maneuvers. So yeah, I figured this is one way to at least make some progress, transform the position. I'd like it if the knight can come here and pressure the pawn and I didn't mention there's another potential idea of rook c4, although maybe not right away because white has c4 covered. So white plays king f2. And there's another idea of queen a4. Now, unfortunately, queen a4 and rook c4 are both off limits because, yeah, the queen's tied down to defending the rook. So, question what to do. I mean, I should consider taking and then just enter a position with no rooks. I would concede the c file, but there's a line queen b5 where the knight still controls c8. I'd attack the knight. Another move. All right, I guess another thought process. I want to play this because it's just a better square for the knight. But then there's g4. So maybe I start with h5. And even though the pawn's not defended, worst case scenario, if it's ever attacked, I have g6. And then I can play knight f5 without having to worry about g4. And if h3, I have h4, a typical positional idea. So I think I'll do this. And king f2 is a sign that maybe white doesn't have a plan. I don't think white should be moving the king towards the center with queen still on the board. But king f2 probably doesn't hurt white. Oh, why am I playing in that particular tournament? I don't know what comping up means, but oh, that's coming up probably. Well, the one in Chicago tomorrow, it's a Simul and Blitz tournament, and it's all for charity. So, actually, a couple of good friends from high school are helping organize it, and yeah, it's not too late to register. We do have the Chicago command, and then the one in Iceland. It's been on my bucket list for a long time. It's supposed to be one of the nicest open chess tournaments in the world. And yeah, I'm not really chasing norms, but there are norm opportunities there. Very strong lineup of players. There's at least like 30 GMs, and I think I'm outside the top 50 players. I'm like 50, maybe within the top 55 players. Okay. In some sense, playing classical games online is preparation for Iceland. Have to get used to being patient. But I'm also gonna have to get used to just playing a game without being able to like talk out loud and voice my thoughts vocally. It was weird in Gibraltar. Like there was no Twitch chat to distract me during my games. It can be a surreal experience, like playing a chess game for like 5 hours straight. You're just like in a completely silent room and alone with your thoughts. Ah, I see why white played g3. I played knight f5 probably without thinking too carefully. Um, g4 is probably coming soon. Now there is an interesting idea actually to play h4, challenging the g3 pawn, and if g4 I play knight g3. It's spicy, but the idea is to eventually get a knight e4. I might do it. Hey, it's Tagi. Thanks, Tagi. Also gifting 5. Yeah, I'll see Tagi coming up very soon. Hopefully we can make a meetup work for like bowling and darts and maybe Northern Lights. Yeah, white doesn't have too many options here. I think white's going to have to play this unless maybe white can take and open the G file, but okay, so well, this is some progress. I mean, white has menacing pawns, but I have a menacing and majestic knight. So knight d2, very logical. Okay, now I'm really tempted to take twice, which does just concede the c file, but then in the end I have this move, queen b5. Threatening queen e2. The problem is knight f3. And like the pawn is actually surprisingly weak on h4. Okay, a few other ideas are coming to mind actually. Wow. There's some funny lines. I mean, there's a move knight h1, which just realizing it's a check. It doesn't really do much. I mean, white can't take it, but white could just move the king. There's another line, knight e4. At first it looks like this is off limits, but after it takes. If queen takes, I take on it twice on c2 and then win d4 with check. And then win f4, and that's probably winning for black. Oh no, there's king f3. But that still looks good. Oh, maybe that's just a draw though. Wait, okay, so knight e4 takes. King f3, queen d5. I have queen e4, I have queen b3, hitting b2. And that's nice because wherever the king goes, I take b2 with check. E3 maybe hangs. The problem is after knight e4, takes. Or no, after knight e4, it takes. White can take on c7. And if I take back, then there's takes. I just lose a pawn in that line. So after knight e4, takes, I do have this move, takes. If takes, but then just king e3. Rook here. Lose a pawn. I take with check. It's interesting, actually. Okay, let's imagine takes. And then 94 doesn't quite work. Okay, so I want to play 94. But this is a problem. I mean, there's another line after I take, like, can take on c8, king h7. But I'm hitting this pawn. And any rook to c4, I play b5, rook b4, a5. So there's king e3. And then d2. Wow. The thing is, after 94, white has so many options. Like, white can choose whatever line they really want to go into. Like takes. I'm liking the looks of this though. I mean, it's such a critical moment because if I play knight e4, just my calculations have to be precise. Knight e4 is check, so takes, and then this is where things begin to branch. Um, Queen e4, I'm not too concerned about because I take, and maybe it's a draw, but maybe I have winning chances. So knight e4 takes. What I'm more concerned about is rook c7. But after takes, I'm threatening d2. I think white has to play king e3. And then I play this, and then takes. And king probably has to move back. And a7 is still hanging, but I have an h pawn. So let's say rook b3. So I'm threatening to push. King f2, h3. Let's say king g1 takes. I don't know if this is accurate. But there's a line where I win d4. Win d4, lose b6, and then win f4 maybe. I think I go for knight e4. I mean, I didn't even look at like if the king just moves. If the king moves, then I guess we trade knights and it's close to equal. Or if the king moves, I can take the rook first. Actually, take both rooks, take the knight, and then maybe move like queen b5 and have a more active queen. Okay. Thank you, demo pack D, and thank you, the man behind you.
Take it all, Eric, take it all.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking a lot of things here. I feel like I use most of my time on that move. I'm still not sure what's going on, actually. Like, it really depends what white wants to do. I didn't actually look so closely at the line after takes. I only looked briefly at this line. Thank you, Gulu02. I'm realizing I might have to like go after this game. This might be the only game of the stream. I was hoping to at least play 2 games this stream. I'm glad white didn't move the king though, because white is now like committed themselves into one of these endgame lines. And I think the only 2 options for white are queen takes pawn or rook takes rook. Okay, so I was hoping for the other line, but this is a pretty safe line for black. And I looked at this briefly earlier. I'm wondering if queen g1 is an effective move. Because it allows this check and then something like this, but if I can win these pawns, realizing this is maybe met with this. But then b2 is maybe a target. I have to be careful how I deal with this. Maybe I start with this move. Queen g1. I don't like queen f2. But I have queen d1. And king g2. This pawn is a strength, but it's also a weakness. I think I start with this move. And then I looked at this a while ago. If queen e4, I check and then most likely take the pawn again with check. Thank you, Laclede. And if the king moves back, then I play this and there's no move for white to attack the pawn. There's moves for white to defend the h-pawn, but then I can keep harassing the king. Actually, the two main weaknesses are h3 and f4, and also b2. So the hope is that my queen can cause enough havoc. Like if I get my queen to h2, it pressures all of the pawns. And it creates a situation where it's like difficult for white to defend everything. Oh, Beetle's catching my stream 2 days in a row. Nice. Would queen trade lead to a winning position? If somehow we traded queens, it's... I don't know. If anything, it would be winning for white, not for black. White has a more active king, and this pawn would maybe just fall. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to trade queens with my queen being the more active one. Thank you, Big Mantings. Okay, so white has 1, 2, 3, 4 legal moves. I don't know what's coming, because queen e4, I have this. So this or this. And after all of these moves, I have queen h1. Which would then hit g3, or h3. And actually, so let's imagine king f2 here, and then wherever the queen moves to defend, I play queen h2 check. And I'm guaranteed to either win h3 or f4, because the king has to... if the king defends f4, I win h3, and if the king moves back, I win f4. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. It's just a question of white can stir up enough counterplay in the event that, like, when I do win the pawn, is white getting some annoying checks. And I'm pretty sure, like, once I win h3, I'll win g4 and I defend some key squares. So we'll find out soon enough here. And there's queen c2 check. Queen c2 g6. Yeah, there's really no other move to. I mean, if I could go back and repeat, but if I play this, I get mated after g5, king h5, and queen h7. So this is the only thing to do. And the nice thing is, if white goes and attacks a f pawn, I can play the move queen h2, and then potentially win f4 and defend the pawn. Or if the king defends f4, I take h3 with check. So I'm feeling pretty good here. Oh, thank you, no pulling out. Gifting to. That's a lot of zeros. And probably 1-0. Okay. Yeah, so far this game, I'm trying to basically use the style of Magnus Carlsen, like trying to squeeze some water from a stone. Because we had what looked like a pretty drawish position. Wait, I'm realizing this isn't so simple. But I have to go for queen h2. So I'm also realizing there's a line, let's say king e3 takes king d4. I can play king g7, queen e7, and then take on g4. And white doesn't have perpetual because after check, king g8, check, king h7, then the king is safe. But there is queen f6 back. If I play this, I lose a pawn. So maybe I push the pawn. It should still be enough to win. I see the poll. No, I've been focused on this game. Yeah. Sometimes this is what happens when I play even longer chess. I'll get wrapped up in the game. Um, Especially when there's sometimes if I glance and I see some moves being suggested, then I'll make an effort not to look at chat. Yeah, king e3. Okay, so if I take. Thank you, Chad. There's a few other candidate moves, but this looks to be the simplest. I'm expecting this move. It's the only square the king can move to where I don't have any like follow-up checks. And now maybe I should have thought this through further. I had to defend the pawn. Okay, one more time. So queen e7. I take the pawn. Queen f6. King here. Queen d8. King here. And queen goes back to f6. And then how do I play for a win? I have queen g1. Oh, maybe I sneak my way around. Queen g1. I might just have to give up the h pawn though. Mm. I'm looking for other candidate moves, but queen f5, queen takes h4, and king g7. Maybe this is. It's gonna be tough to win. Um, I don't know what I'm thinking here. I don't see any other options. Like I have to take the pawn, unless queen b3. Queen b3, queen f6, king g8, queen d8 here. No, h4 would be hanging. Okay, let's just take the pawn. It's frustrating because I don't see how to get a position where I don't lose my h pawn. We'll see this play out. King h7. Otherwise, we just repeat. I have queen d1 too, actually. Queen d1. Where does my queen want to go? Queen d1. Okay, this pawn is more valuable, even though I really want to hold on to h4. I don't. Yeah, I didn't see queen d1 from a distance for some reason. If I should calculate this actually. This, and then I get mated. Okay, that would not end well. It'd probably just be a draw, but. Mm, okay. So I want to put the queen, like, if we imagine king c3, queen e1, I defend the pawn. But then the only way to defend the f pawn is to move here, and then we just repeat. Yeah, we're both getting low on time. So I'm thinking queen. How to do this? There's some crazy idea like to play b5 at the right moment. Queen d7. There's h3. I don't think h3 works. Thank you,
I'm on a train to
Oyakasha.
Cornwall, so my internet is bad, but I dropped by to give you my Prime sub as
Oh,
always,
thanks so
less
much.
than 3.
I do appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm taking a long time here, but I'm not finding a great solution. Queen e1. Maybe queen f3. I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to walk back to a square like d7. And I'm going to try and grind down this position with 3-on-2. It's not going to be easy, though. I could play this move, too. Wait, can I play queen g2, h3? Wait a minute. Let's start with queen g2. No, queen, that doesn't work. It's just perpetual, I think. Or is it? Yeah, it is. What if I play h3 first? Here and then here. So here, here, here. Takes, doesn't work. So check here, check here. That might actually be, don't know. It's so committal though. Hmm. Where did my queen come from? Okay, I never went to e4 yet. Because I'm realizing my queen might be best here, and I might go for some g5 idea later. Especially if the king like goes all the way back. Hmm. Mm. Here, here. I just want to chase the king back to a more passive square. Is my goal. We haven't repeated yet, I don't think. Yeah, so now I play this move. I still have h3 as an option. But I think I'll play queen f5. It feels bad losing the pawn. The reason why I'm going for this is because there's a endgame with g5. For example, king b3, g5. I assume it's winning. If queen... There's also pawn takes, actually. But I take here. Looks interesting. Check. I check. There. This looks wrong, man. I'm thinking a5. Because there's only one check. And then I'll be safe. Because I do control d8. And now the king's a bit more stuck. I might just go for the basic like pawn storm attack. Interesting. White's going for b3, I guess. Check b3. Oh, almost got really close to flagging there. Forgot about my time. I'm just making sure there's nothing. It's a time scramble now. Let's gain some time. White has one legal move there. I want to play queen b1. Doesn't quite work though. Maybe queen d2. I'm controlling all the key squares with this move. I'm also cutting off the king. So I control d8. I pressure f4. Keep the option open of some various checks. Queen g5, okay. Don't think that changes things too much. The queen g5 is actually a good move. Let's play this move. I'm realizing my king can just go back. Or prevent any queen f6 shenanigans. Oh, that's still a move. I didn't prevent that. Check. Queen d2? Or queen d7? Check. Okay. Get this move. Check there. So I defend the pawn and I cover the square. This position requires a lot of like geometrical vision. This move. Yeah, so I'm preventing where the queen wants to go. This could be a long game. What was our last pawn move? B3 on move 52. Okay. I excavate my king. Probably not. Queen D3. I mean, I might go for this idea. Hmm. Not seeing how to make progress. Yeah, this move. I might go for B5 actually. B5 just leads to a draw though. I'm trying something. Guarding the back rank. I put my queen on in the corner. Maybe put my queen here and then go for B5. And this is what I'm supposed to do is like try every idea imaginable. Up a pawn, no risk. I just have to watch my time. Hey, here first. B5. Mm. It's frustrating though. Interesting. And gain some time there. Maybe now b5. Ugly move, but I'm trying everything. Um, I really want to get in b5. But I'm not seeing the effective way to do it. Queen a7. Maybe put the queen on d7. Oh, did I just allow? I just allow perpetual? I think I did. Oh no. Ah, I allowed perpetual. Or did I have this move? It doesn't work though. No. I'm so sad now. Why I put my queen on a7? Do I even allow this? I'll give white the choice, I guess. Oh, it's even threefold. But no one's claiming. Oh, my opponent claimed. Good game. I think it's just a draw. Um, I can't really go for b5 because it leaves a5 undefended. Oh no, my rating. Whoa, I was winning. I was completely winning here. Ah, I have to push h3. Yeah. I was being overly safe. Oh, Ponziani video got you a lot of wins. Nice. Oh, what to do? Well, I played well to defend. Um, I guess I had various chances this game. Very tricky ending though. Yeah,
In
h3 was the way
Rosen
to
Pock.
go. And the reason why this is effective is because my king can escape this way. I was just hesitant about losing this pawn and then white getting counterplay, but this pawn's too quick. Thank you, CN Barnes. That was a long game. Yeah, I gotta wrap things up. Um, but I hope
Good game, Eric.
that was fun to watch. Crazy ending. So towards the end, yeah, engine will say Black's better towards the end, but there's no way to actually make progress, I don't think.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Game Stalker. Yeah, engine just says -1 because Black's up a pawn, but no way to fully make progress. An opening. Yeah, it was a comfortable opening, I guess. So yeah, I maintained a slight edge. How was my 94 move? Oh, I missed. Wait, why is this so good? Takes. Oh, queen b5, I guess, apparently is strong. Oh, knight e4 is a blunder. I should still take and go for queen b5. Okay, so yeah, this is a single game stream. Sorry, the title was misleading. It said a few classical games, but I mean, this game felt like so many games. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, HSW. Stay tuned. I'll be back in the future. And in the meantime, to find someone to raid. My browser's crashing though. Couldn't handle this game. Oh, thank you, the Oxman Cometh. Oh, I'll send the raid to Anna, who's starting soon. Okay. Yeah, thanks again everyone. I do appreciate the people tuning in, the support as usual. I do have a new video on YouTube. I also have a new VOD on YouTube on the extra channel. And goodbye to all.